Okay, greetings. Welcome to our presentation, which is a result of our lecture, Seminar Matematika by Mr. Tian Abdul Aziz and Mrs. Dwi Antari. Okay, this you might have our title, and this is the title of this presentation, and also our paper, the use of context-rich problem solving in teaching high school three-dimensional geometry. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Argha Lakshita, and this is my partner.
Muhammad Alif Bahri.
Okay, we may go to the next slide, and maybe Alif will proceed.
The first question that might appear when you heard a title of papers is why? Why we choose this title? The first reason is three-dimensional. Three-dimensional geometry is a field of math that is required in Indonesian high school. It's also improving special ability which is beneficial in real life. Unfortunately, students in general is not having a good understanding. This was mentioned by the former research of many researchers. I might say Marlene Goose, Brudigam, and other researchers. The second reason is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is a big deal when it comes to their understanding in mathematics. It is remarkably sad to know when the student don't have the confidence, they usually don't have the understanding. Continue to Arga.
Okay, the reason number three is conventional model. So most of the learning, as we know in Indonesia, is conventional model. This is because school is usually doing this only to pass the grade, not to give the students understanding. Apparently, this problem occurred globally. That means not only in Indonesia, but it occurred globally. Uh, we know this based on Hankel's paper about the model of teaching mathematics, and then maybe we'll proceed number four. Okay, yeah, of course. Uh, the reason number four is we need teachers improvements. Teachers needs improvements to increase the awareness within the standard. The standard that has been preceded is mathematical knowledge, class management, carrying out the situation, problem or activity skills, and also their effects and their belief of mathematics itself.
The next thing we continue is why contextual problem solving. After knowing that we have a bunch of problems, we need to carry out an act with a method that we think will be able to solve them. Why contextual problem solving? Because contextual problem solving is founded to give some positive outcomes in mathematical connection ability, in problem solving ability, in self-confidence in mathematics, of course, and also in mathematical creative thinking, similarly as mentioned in some educational journal and books from Van de Waal. The next thing is our methodology. The method of this writing is literature study. Literature study is a method where we gather published literatures to gain some information that helps to answer our questions. 12 accredited articles or famous books are used as our data. The accreditation is CINTA for national sources and Scopus for international sources. After reading all those researches, Arga,
Okay, after reading all those resources, the result that we found is number one. Yeah, we know what contextual problem solving is. contextual problem solving is a method of learning process. Contextual problem solving is a method of learning process that using context-rich problem as their main idea to learn about mathematics. And in this paper, we focused on geometry, basically on three-dimensional geometry. After that, we know the reason why teachers are not using it. So when we know that contextual problem solving is a good thing, but somehow teachers are not using it, and we know it caused by their anxiety, teachers' anxiety to take risks in teaching mathematics. Also, not to mention, rushing all the material in a small period is also the reasons why they're not using the method. Last but not least is their belief in making the student pass, but none of them understand the material itself. So teachers are not expecting students to achieve the material, but just to pass the material. And then after that, we know again the scheme of this, the scheme to implement this method. First thing, teachers need to motivating the students, and then define. Their making list, which is known and unknown from the problem. After that, they're exploring the problems, asking the student to ask and guide them. And then plan. Ulang dah Alif yang C-nya Alif. Kayaknya C-nya lebih ke lo aja dah Alif.
Oh, yeah. The next thing is The next thing is the scheme to implement this method. The first thing that teachers need to do is motivating. Teachers need to motivate. The second is to define, making a list which is known and unknown from a problem. Then explore, asking the student to ask and guide them. And then the fourth is plan, develop students' logical thinking to analyze the problem and planning on how to solve them. The fifth is do it, teachers guiding student to approximate the answer. The last is check, teacher guide student to check if there are any mistakes. The next founded result is we discovered some difficulties in the beginning. So in the beginning of the implementation, difficulties are found, such as transitions where the students are needed to be active, teachers that need to be creative in making the problem, and so on. The last founded result is this contextual problem solving is limited due to the material. Not all material can be learned with this method. For example, we focus on three-dimensional geometry because we think it is easy to find the connection between the material and real life. Next, we jump into the conclusion. Argha?
Yeah, after all those results, we can conclude that first, contextual problem solving is helpful for students to improve their mathematical connection, creative thinking, problem solving, spatial ability, even their confidence of learning mathematics. Also, we can conclude that contextual problem solving is beneficial for teachers to enhance their mathematical concept, class management, affection and belief of mathematics, and ability of carrying out situation, problem, or activity in classroom.
Next conclusion we can conclude it is even though it has some difficulties in the beginning caused by the transitions and limited due to some material, but this is can be considered as the new effective and effective way to teach three-dimensional geometry in high school. Now we come to the suggestion.
In suggestion section, first, we hope that all educators from all teachers around the globe maybe hope to use this method because this method is beneficially useful for them instead of useful for their students and also useful for themselves, for educators. And keeping in mind, this method is helpful and beneficial. The other suggestion is we also hope that researchers out there had the opportunity to open their mind about mathematical learning uh, exclusively for three-dimensional geometry, or maybe they can enhance to another material of mathematics, another branches of mathematics by learning this paper. Okay, thank you for your attention. Maybe we came to the last section or the last slide of this paper. If you guys have a question that might appear on you, so just open your mic or just texting on this chat section in this Zoom, and we can continue to uh, question and answer section. You can also turn on your camera to get on and asking the question.
Nobody has a
Okay,
question?
maybe there's, yeah. Okay, so we get through to, maybe we can go next to the another presentation. So if you guys keep in mind on question, or maybe you can read more about our paper, you can also ask about this presentation in our Google Classroom. Our Google Classroom, when we post this paper, you can ask the question on the comment down below. Thank you for attention. Good day.